11:36 here on the Big Show clock, being brought to you now by Hertz Real Estate Services, farmland auction, brokerage, and evaluations. Big thank you to the gang there from Hertz Real Estate Services. Well, before we talk to Brian Hoops here, I need to give you the word that could put $1,000 headed your way as you're raking in cash out there. Your word this hour is money, M-O-N-E-Y, money. Type that into the pop-up box, the radio station's website you're listening to right now. You could be getting a $1,000 phone call. Again, the word this hour is money. Brian Hoops, Midwest Market Solutions, on the telephone line with us right now. Brian, we're waiting to see some big impact into this grain and soybean market. We're kind of chugging along here right now. Beans up 3 or 4 cents, corn pretty much steady. What's happening in the market right now?
Hey, Bob, nothing much is happening today. It's a really quiet, really choppy day. We've seen beans kind of on the opening trade lower, hold yesterday's lows, and then we found a little short covering here into the mid-session. But, you know, this is a market that's really going probably nowhere right now. We've seen a big drop since last Friday in the soybeans and in the corn. Kind of found an area of support, I think, in here, and now we're probably waiting to see these rains that have been factored into prices in South America with rainy season starting in Brazil. Are we going to see the rains? Will there be as much as advertised, or are the rains a bust? Because if we bust these rain forecasts in Argentina and Brazil, we're going to head right back to where we were in the 1050, 1060 range in soybeans, because this U.S. crop, you know, it's pretty much made. It is what it is going to be. We're just going to have to harvest it now and determine the final yield. But this South American crop, that's our key supply issue. So, you know, we're probably going to be pretty well supplied if South America produces a large crop or a normal crop this year. It's going to be actually fairly burdensome. If they don't produce that and we have a weather issue, we could see much higher prices. So it kind of gets down to weather in here, to a lesser extent probably what happens with Friday's supply and demand reports with the USDA. You know, there's some history out there. October's crop estimates for soybeans anyway have come in below the average trade guess 9 out of the last 10 years. So maybe we're done going down for now in the soy complex.
Well, you know, the watchword is, and the marketing words are usually reward or rally. We're just waiting for the rally to start, Brian.
Okay, so let's play this out. We had a $1 rally in soybeans from our lows in August and September.
Yep.
That was a rally. That may be our opportunity to make sales, not only for this year, but also for the 25 marketing season. We had November beans touching $11 at that point in time. And if we have a decent-sized crop in South America, not only as big as last year, but maybe even bigger because they're expected to plant more acres, we're going to have a supply issue that will not take us back anywhere close to $11 anytime soon. So our soybean production, no matter what the number is on Friday, is probably going to be at least 415 million bushels larger than last year. Supplies are probably going to be close to 480 to 500 million bushels more than last year, and the highest in 6 years. So we've got plenty of supply, and we may not have any type of post-harvest rally unless we get that issue from South America that disrupts their growing season. That's what it's going to get down to. That's going to be the key, more so than if we have a 53.1 bushel per acre yield number on Friday. That's not what's really going to drive our markets.
Brian, got about a minute left here. I was reading some posts here that Russia is getting in a situation where they're out of wheat, at least to put in the export market. Do you think we're going to see a rally in wheat, and could that help us out?
Yeah, that's certainly one thing that could help us out. Russia, you know, they're in kind of the same stage as we are. They're trying to plant their winter wheat crop. They're very dry. We're very dry here in the United States, and there's a lot of concerns that even if we get the crop in the ground and to germinate, there's not much sure that we're going to have a very poor stand going into the dormancy. Same thing in Russia. They've exported a ton of crop. In fact, their record for September was done here just a month ago. All-time record for September exports, over 5 million tons. So, yeah, they've exported a lot of wheat. They have to replenish their crop with a big winter wheat crop, and they're battling some dryness issues just like the United States is.
Well, Brian, we're going to get some maybe targets moving forward out of you here coming up in about an hour and 10 minutes. In the meantime, folks want to visit with you about markets and risk management. How can they do that?
Oh, yeah, I invite you to go to our website where we have a list of our 5 offices around the Midwest. You can sign up for our YouTube channel there, our Twitter feed, find out all of our phone numbers. That's MidwestMarketSolutions.com.
Thanks, Brian. Brian Hoops with us, MidwestMarketSolutions.com.